It was kind of a collaborative choice. So I directed the musical last year, which was Big Fish, and it was with the same team, Dr. Allison Holmes-Bendixson and Anna Slife and Fred Kaiser. So we all kind of came back together this year and were brainstorming what we wanted to do. And we really wanted to push the students with a challenging piece, which Sweeny Todd definitely is. And so that kind of helped us decide that we would try this big, challenging musical. So it's a pretty dark premise. It basically surrounds the demon barber of Fleet Street, Sweeny Todd. He's a man who's come back and he is kind of trying to seek revenge on his enemy, the judge, and ends up meeting Mrs. Lovett, who owns a pie shop, and they kind of band together to figure out the best way to be successful for both of them, which ends up being killing people and baking them into pies. So we've actually, as a production team, been talking about this show since the summer. So we've been working on it for months and months. It's a long process, and then obviously bringing the students into the fold once they audition in September at the beginning of the school year. The audition process is pretty clear-cut. It is a struggle. Like for this show, we had way more people audition than we had roles available, which is a great problem to have because then we can be really, picky about who we want. I really love this show, and the team that we have working on it and the students that we have working on it are so passionate about it and hardworking. I think that, if they weren't as passionate about it, that wouldn't be as enjoyable, but just seeing how happy they are to be here is something that's really rewarding to me as a director. There are 23 people on stage, and the production team is about 6 or 7, and I think we have about that many on the crew, backstage crew, stage manager, running the lights and whatnot, so probably about maybe 40 total. So it's a pretty large company. This is a really logistically heavy show. There are lots of logistics, whether it is props, getting people. We have this big intricate slide that Sweeny kind of pulls a lever and they go down into the people that he kills. So just figuring out all of those logistics of how we would make it work just on one singular set. There's lots of locations and things like that. So, representing all of that on one stage has been a challenge, but I think that our design team, Pat Reading, he's the lighting and set designer, and Emily Ganfield is our costume designer. They've done a really great job of establishing those settings and helping kind of defeat that challenge. I love seeing the students grow through the process because they just get, I think about some of them at auditions, 9-8 weeks ago, and how much they've grown through rehearsals and through learning new skills, and it's awesome to watch that because I know that I have seen my own personal growth through being in shows, and it's just really cool to see all of these students growing. I think the students having fun and growing through the process, or in any case if it's community theater or whatever, any of the actors and crew members, just everybody having it be kind of a learning process and getting better through that process and having a good experience, because if it's not fun, then what's the point of doing it?